Hello, my name is Navigator, and in today's video we're going to be taking a look at the AEW Unrivaled Series 17, and it's really crazy to think there's been 17 series already, but the Series 17 Christian Cage. And as you can see over here on the right hand side, I do have a custom version of this figure that I've had for quite some time, been waiting for a Christian in his kind of civilian clothes, we'll call it. So I'm going to use that as kind of a comparison here. But yeah, we're going to open this figure up and see what else we got going. I also want to say that I did manage to find the Swerve Strickland from this series, and this video, or excuse me, the review of this figure should be uploaded alongside the Christian, so be sure to check that out. But with that being said, let's open this up and see what's going on. So here's the figure in the box. You can see no TNT Championship, but we have plenty in store. I don't really think I'm going to put it with him on display. And here are some of the other figures in the series. I did only manage to find Ricky and Killswitch, obviously along with Swerve and Christian. In the store, the Willow and the Adam Copeland were gone. Those are also the chases in this series. So let's open this up. I already cut the tape, and we'll see what's going on here. Beautiful. We'll toss that to the side. And there we have it. Here is the figure out of the box, still in the packaging. And let's get him out of the packaging. He's got some accessories, not a whole lot, but that is okay. He's got one mic hand, and he does come with some fisted hands, which is very nice. And actually, these might not even be fisted hands, but let's see. And I remember I started this new little tactic of trying to cut these little ties before the video started, but that didn't dawn on me until right now, so I don't really know what to tell you. But we can do the other little trick of reversing them if we can. Let's see if we can do it with this one. But basically, you pull it out until it's kind of loose, but you're not like really bending it, and then you just shove it back through the hole that it came from. But I can't get a good angle on this. My lord. All right. Resorting to plan A. We can probably just push him right out of here. Beautiful. There we go. Did I mess up the foot at all? No. I think that we are A-okay. All right. He's got a lot of soft goods here, so what I think I'm going to do is let's go over these accessories first, and then I'll show him off, and then we'll take the goods off and see what's going on under there. But number one, we do have an AEW microphone, a little bit different. I feel like there's usually a little bit of yellow on there with like the coloring, and actually, yeah, here we go. Here's one of the traditional AEW mics, so I guess these are updated now with the new kind of AEW theme that they upload. What was that? Beginning of this year, they kind of updated it, but there you go. So a new mic. That is pretty sweet, actually. I'm glad to have one of those. That is really clean with just the black and the white. And then we also have a hand to hold that mic in. So I guess just to save space and not lose anything, we can put that together right there. But here we have the figure. So really quick, we'll do an overview. Nothing loose. Unlike my Orange Cassidy, the legs seem fine. I'm hoping this will stand better than his other or an earlier AEW figure, but it looks like it will. I love the Chelsea boots. Those are detailed very nicely, as you can see, with the brown on the bottom and a little bit of tan there and the light brown for majority of the boot, but that is really cool. I'm a big fan of Chelsea boots, and that looks great. The legs are really nice. From the front, from the sides, they look great. Doesn't look like he's got rickets or anything like that. And they should, you can't really bring it straight up. That's the one thing. You can only really bring it like out into the side. Maybe I'm just not really trying hard enough, but I honestly don't want to. But yeah, not a whole ton of motion with the thighs here, but double jointed knees. You can get enough going there. Again, this is him in his civilian clothes, so I'm not really sure what kind of crazy. You're not really going to be wanting to hit a frog splash with him or something, or like a knee drop. I have no idea. But let's get these accessories off, and we can take a look at the rest of the figure. So he does look really cool with this jacket. And what's really interesting is I actually have a jacket. My favorite wax jacket looks just like this. So if I ever make a custom of myself, I'm most definitely going to be using this. I love how this jacket looks. It is so cool. And then we'll get the sleeves off. And I guess this is kind of a 2-in-1. It's him and his, like I always say, the promo gear, I guess you could really call it in the wrestling business, but I always like to say the civilian outfit, the civvy clothes. But you also kind of have him in his wrestling gear as well, and if we get the fist off here, you should be able to slide that off. I'm going to keep the plastic on under him. Maybe not. All right, let's take a look at him in this stage, though. How about that? Because I want to take this off and see if there's any staining below there. But there we have his wrestling gear. So he has both arm pads there. You got the wrist tape, which is updated. It's a little bit thicker, and you can actually, there's like some molding on there. You can feel those indentations, which is different from the painted on version that we had before. But this is really cool. Honestly, I think it's a different torso, definitely a different skin tone. He is far more tan in this figure than in his other one. And then, of course, he's got the kind of the tank top turtleneck, which is a little crazy. But if we take this off, and you could probably switch out his legs for the gear, it does look like the same torso mold. However, like I said, that skin tone is different, and this really looks nice. Like that looks really good for Christian. I'm not gonna lie, I got the tattoo on the arm there. This is really impressive. Really an awesome figure. I was not expecting it to be this good mold-wise. I mean, look at this. Even with all the gear off, like he looks really nice. This is really cool, kind of like you could do like Street Fight Christian or something. I might have to do that. I'm going to have to do like Apocalyptic Christian because I love this. What a cool figure. He's got the beard, the boots, the black pants. This is really, really nice, and those accessories are great. I actually might have to grab another one of these if I can somewhere, maybe on ringside discount. This is a really cool figure, I'm not going to lie. But what I will say is that I'm going to leave it there. I feel like I've taken far more of your time for just a single figure review, but I will leave it there. The AEW Series 17 Christian Cage figure, pretty awesome. And I guess before we go, this was, well, we'll do a little comparison here. Definitely a far more legit one here on the left, but, you know, he's pretty tiny there as well. There's the height comparison. But this was the that Chase the Devil MJF, and I guess I can use this body for something else now. Who knows? But there we have it, and he's probably going to plop over. Whoa, got some good balance. As always, folks, my name is Navigator. Have a nice day. Take care.